Good morning, good evening, wherever you at. Welcome back to Urban Grind TV. It's your host, Ocho Mexico, here with a special guest, JR, but I'm gonna let him introduce himself.
What's going on, Chicago? What's going on, world? I'm in the building. You know how let's go. Let's get it in order and let's get to the business.
Let's get straight to the business. All right, Mr. JR, let's get straight to business. What brings you here to Urban Grind TV?
You know, I was blessed by Urban Grind to share my platform with the world, and I chose to share my platform with Urban Grind because I feel there's a community that I can relate to, and it's a community that I actually have understanding and knowledge about, and it's like more of a family base in a home like setting for me to deal with.
So, what does your platform offer? Like, what, explain your platform to the people that don't know JR. They're gonna know him, but
Well, my platform, I'm an author. I came out with my first book, The Cards I Was Dealt, The Hand I Was Played. It's an autobiography, pretty much a memoir telling you about my childhood life. My second book is about to drop 2022. The title is Fuck PTSD, Fuck PTSD. The acronym for fuck is fun until can't kill. It's a mental thing. So basically, I'll be taking you through the life of everyday struggle 24 hours a day with PTSD from a psychological view, how 7 different parts of your brain work, the reaction to timing, and the spacing of how things work in your brain to register, and basically take you down how we all got some type of form of PTSD, whether it's a low, medium, or a high level. It's 3 levels of PTSD, and I just figured that out now at this age. So I'm basically letting the world know that it's like ways that you can help yourself, and that it is help out there for you.
For sure. My guy right here sounds like a freaking psychologist. So did you go to school for psychology? Like let's get a little background real quick.
Like this with me, I grew up in Chicago. We all go through our urban hood lives and everything else. Well, I have a brother in psychology, and we all went through psychology and therapists, but to me, to get an understanding, you have to go through it yourself, understand yourself as a human being. A psychologist is only going to tell you what he thinks or you should want to open up about. When you go through it yourself, you learn to figure things out on your own. Now, I'm not a doctor or a psychologist. I have interviewed psychologists and doctors, and when I gave them my, I would say when I gave them my take on certain things about myself, they asked me why I'm not in that field, and I said because I didn't think I was like smart enough to be a doctor. But it's just going through your trials and tribulations, figuring out what works best for you. And after going through counseling as a child, I figured out they only touch certain parameters in the field of life. They only, as far as like warming you up and opening you up, they go about it the wrong way. You can't just poke at a person and like think a person's going to open up. You have to take different measurements to figure out a person as a human being. Some people like this, some people like that, but everybody's not the same, and that's what I'm here to do. It's just basically show you how the world is 360 and how we all under the same umbrella. It just spins a different way.
Bro, I love it. So much info, so much information right here. So, military background.
Here we go. Of course, out of all branches, I decided to join United States Marine Corps. Why? Because we're the toughest, the hardest, and basically we're the first ones in, last ones out. But shout out to all my brothers in the Air Force, Army, Navy, Coast Guard. We all work together, and we all in the same war, so understand that. But Marine Corps made me choose because I was a hard-headed, non-disciplined child. I ain't trying to hear no rules from nobody, and basically I needed the discipline. So I thank the Marine Corps for making me disciplined and, giving me the honor, integrity, and courage to do what I want to do with my life.
For sure. I love it. And I can relate to so much of, what you're saying right now. I was in the Navy, so, but we'll talk about that. We're going to talk about that later, though. But let everybody know where they can find you.
You can find me on all your social media platform, Instagram, Party Boy JR, Snapchat, Party Boy JR, The Cards I Was Dealt, Instagram, Cards I Was Dealt, Facebook. I'm also on Twitter under the same names. Pretty much it. Just working the platforms, and feel free to inbox me on whatever questions you have. About to drop a podcast, Fuck PTSD, looking for a second host. This will be a Q&A session, and we'll be going live every day. I want real people just to be real, and what I mean by real people, be yourself. Like, that's all it takes to get in touch with me is be yourself, and I'm here for a platform to make you shine your light on everybody else.
Thank you, brother. I appreciate that.
Anytime.
So, it's your co-host, Ocho Mexico,
JR.
with JR, UrbanGrindTV. See you soon.
This is JR. You're watching Urban Grind TV.